What's going on, guys? Minnesota here, and in this video, I will be listing off my top 5 favorite movies of 2024. 2024 was a great year for movies, and I wanted to showcase which 5 were my favorite that were released this year. Make sure to let me know which were your favorites in the comments down below, and check out my other top 5 of 2024 lists as well. Without further ado, let's get into it. Kinds of Kindness. I had no idea what I was getting into when I first saw the trailer for Kinds of Kindness, but I saw that it had Margaret Qualley, Emily Stone, Jesse Plemons, and Willem Dafoe. So that alone is going to get me to watch it, no matter what. Kinds of Kindness is a movie that's split up into 3 loosely connected stories with different characters played by the same main cast. I didn't know what this structure was called until reading its Wikipedia page, but apparently it's a triptych fable. Other movies like Pulp Fiction and 2001: A Space Odyssey kind of fit into this structure as well, to give you more of a picture. Yorgos Lanthimos is known for these surrealist films, packed with enigmatic metaphors. His previous works, Poor Things and The Lobster, among others which I have loved, continue to portray this theme, which he has become well known for, and Kinds of Kindness is no different. It deals with different types of relationships and power dynamics in settings we often see ourselves in, albeit to an extreme. But if you've enjoyed his previous works, I am almost certain you will enjoy Kinds of Kindness. Number 4. Oddity. Oddity takes up the number 4 spot on my list. This is Damian McCarthy's second feature film, his first being Caveat, which was released in 2020, which I also enjoyed, but he really stepped up his game with Oddity. The film revolves around Caroline Bracken's character, who tries to uncover the mystery surrounding her twin sister's murder using a creepy-looking wooden mannequin. I find it a little strange that McCarthy has now had 2 horror thriller movies which revolve around a particular prop, a bunny being the one in Caveat, but he's 2 for 2 so far, so I'll let him cook. And if there's one thing that Oddity does very well, it's build suspense and tension. Unlike most horror movies where the danger or threat is hidden and will jump out when the audience least expects it, in Oddity, the wooden mannequin is right there in front of us, and it doesn't help that it also looks very creepy. We don't know what it is or what it will do, but having it be in the majority of the scenes absolutely builds tension. I would recommend Oddity to any horror thriller fan. It was well worth the watch and another win for McCarthy in his early career. I will have to keep my eye out for more of his future projects. Number 3. Anora. In third place, we have Sean Baker's Anora. Baker, who wrote and directed this film, stars Mikey Madison as the titular Anora, a sex worker turned wife to Russian oligarch trying to stay in the United States so he doesn't have to return home. Madison gives a phenomenal Oscar-worthy performance in this movie. The first third is just one giant party where we watch Anora and her friends live lavishly off the money and lifestyle Vanya provides for them. It isn't until he suggests they get a green card marriage that the gears shift into this intense drama about Anora battling with Vanya's family and with her own well-being. Although this movie is filled to the brim with the typical escapades and lifestyle of the 1%, seeing the colors fade and happiness drain from Anora whenever she needs to return home to her small Brooklyn apartment fills the viewer in with the reality on what people will and need to do just to get by. Every character feels like a real person with their own struggles and problems. It isn't just hyperbole. The final act in particular, and the final scene, is extremely emotional and hard-hitting. I was very impressed all around with this movie, and I'm glad it's getting a lot of love, because it deserves it. Number 2. Dune Part 2. Denis Villeneuve's sci-fi epic takes my number 2 spot. I still remember seeing this in IMAX on opening night, and how amazing of an experience it was. All the love to the cast and crew, but one man that absolutely needs to get talked about when it comes to the success of these movies is Greg Fraser's cinematography. He is a master at his work. Timothée Chalamet, yet again, is amazing in this film, living up to even bigger heights from its prequel. The action sequences, especially the final battle, were absolutely breathtaking. Co-stars Zendaya, Rebecca Ferguson, and Josh Brolin, and especially Austin Butler, also have amazing performances, which encapsulate you into the world of Dune and the planet of Arrakis. I'm incredibly excited for Dune Part 3, or Dune Messiah, whatever they end up calling it, because it certainly will be an epic conclusion to this already incredible series. If you have not already seen Dune Part 1 or 2, you're doing yourself a disservice. And number 1, Late Night with the Devil. Late Night with the Devil takes the number 1 spot on my list. This is one of the best horror movies of this decade so far. Directed by the Cairns brothers, Colin and Cameron, and starring the brilliant David Dastmalchian, Late Night with the Devil is a supernatural found-footage horror movie centered around a fake late-night talk show. Dastmalchian's character is the host of the fictional Night Owls with Jack Delroy, a fake late-night talk show set in New York. As with all talk shows, they invite interesting guests on to discuss topics about their new movie or TV show or album. But in this case, Delroy invites a supposedly possessed girl, and it happens to fall on Halloween night 1977, which is a cherry on top. I love how this movie captures the found footage aesthetic, while also maintaining the late night show vibe. It's very cool how it switches from black and white when it's more behind the scenes or not acting, to color when they're on live air. A very unique and cool choice made by the Cairns brothers. Watching the delusion and stress take over Delroy from the beginning to the end of the movie was so well done by Dastmalchian. He truly gave it his all. This was easily one of the best horror movies of the year for me, and I would highly encourage everyone to watch it for its forward-thinking delivery and phenomenal execution. And that is my list for my top 5 favorite movies of 2024. Did you enjoy these movies, or did you watch any of them? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to check out my other top 5 lists as well for albums and video games of 2024. But that's it for me. And as always, I will see you all next time.